Thanks for joining me as I travel the world, going from fine dining through to street food and local specialties, all in an effort to find the world's best seafood. Today I'm in Hong Kong at restaurant Fishsteria, the restaurant of Chef Gianni. If you've been following for a while, I previously brought you along to an oyster masterclass with Gianni himself. Today I'm in the main dining room and I'm here to try out all of their dishes, and they have a huge menu. It's Italian inspired or led mainly with seafood, but you can see they have some vegetarian, we'll skip that. They also have meats and pastas, but they are proud of their seafood. They say it's the best and the freshest in Hong Kong. That's what I'm here for. So tonight they have a couple of house specialties that I definitely have to try. I've ordered both of them as mains, but this appetizer really caught my eye. So this is Scallop Ceviche in kind of an Italian style, but they are Hokkaido scallops and with a green apple puree. Now on this side it's with the lime juice and olive oil, so that's what's starting to cook the scallops there. But yeah, really interesting. The green apple is sour, so it'll still add that tartness, but not too much, I guess, to overpower the scallops. And they recommended this minerally white wine to go with it to kind of cut through that bitterness. So, let's do this. Okay. The broth is really delicate. It's also got clam broth in there and vanilla. Really interesting adding the vanilla in there. The slices of apple, the shredded apple, the pureed apple, and then the clam broth, it just makes it so textural as well. So I have to say, if you saw my first video where I was chatting with Chef Gianni, if you saw on a map or on a guide that there's a shop that does oyster happy hour for 2 hours a day, it probably sounds like a one-trick pony, but this is really sophisticated food. So this is one of their most famous dishes. This guy down here is the Lobster Pasta. Now this one is their standard size, which they still say is for about two people to share. This is using a Boston lobster, about 600 or 700 grams in size, with a huge pasta. But you can upgrade it to a blue lobster, about over a kilo at an extra charge. But seeing I have a fish coming as well, I think this will be enough. Have to say, this is the first time I've been invited to eat at a restaurant like this to film, and I'm not paying. So I want you guys to know that. But even if I were paying, well, I could order anything I want right now, but I think it would be too much to get the big one with pasta and then also have a fish coming as well. They're now bringing up a German Riesling to pair with this guy. Beautiful, thank you. I'm gonna need this. German Rieslings are really great for seafood, even with a heavier sauce. They tend to be a little bit sweet, but also mineral. I have to go to Boston. How can I eat so many Boston lobsters and not have visited? Obviously they cook all of the different parts separately, but the pasta is perfectly al dente has that little bit of resistance but no chalkiness. And the lobster is just, it's tender but fully cooked through, not pink at all. I actually like it a little pink, but this is fully cooked but tender. There may be some rule that if you have white tablecloths you shouldn't be using your hands, but I don't know. Italians love to be one with the food and sensual, right? So I take back what I said. The extremities are that 10% undercooked, which gives it, I think, an even better texture. It's funny, I'm not a fan of lobster sashimi at all. I think it's like a rubber band. But a little bit undercooked is where it's at. I'll be honest, one thing I don't love about some Italian restaurants is they're just drowning in olive oil. I know olive oil can be delicious and have a great quality, but too much of it is too much. Thankfully this one has, you can taste it, but it's not oily at all. It doesn't feel like an oily dish. As good as it is though, I think a little kick, a bit of chili in there would even lift it a bit more. Definitely. Because it's baked in the salt, it basically it's like a really gentle steam. It doesn't get in direct contact with the heat, and it's just a transfer of heat. So when they take off that salt crust, this is just about as tender as any fish I've ever had. And I have to say, I kind of put my foot in it on the last dish where I said I was glad it didn't have too much olive oil because it's not my thing. Whatever this is, fructus. I've never had an olive oil like that before. It's really fruity. It's light and it's lovely. I'm guessing that's not something you can buy in your local grocery shop. The veggies are all great. The carrots overcooked, but then I thought, did I come here for carrot? For $8.56. Overall, the food was just outstanding. The service is great too. If you're in Hong Kong and you're a seafood lover, definitely check this place out. I'll be back. Please do click the like and subscribe to join me on my future journeys to find the world's best seafood.